today I'm coming on to talk about Sophia. And so some of you may know a little bit about who Sophia is. You may have never heard of Sophia before. And because Sophia has not been talked about a lot, I felt like it was important to come on and talk about her. Now, I know that the lighting is a little bit wonky and weird right now. We have a cloudy day, but yet the sun's trying to come through. So moments it makes its way through and moments where it gets really dark. But we're gonna work with it. It's fine, right? So if you are new here, my name is Lalantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer. I specialize in working with the magical realms. I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings to help you connect to the magic of who you really truly are. I help you to open your abilities, to step into the magic of your most authentic self, to show up in your greatest purposes, and to live the life of your dreams. I work with a lot of these different beings, of course, but I also work with goddesses sometimes. I work with gods. I work with actually, that just reminded me I need to do a video about Odin. I work with ascended masters. I work with galactic beings, but because these things aren't necessarily my specialty, while yes, they do come forward, I channel them for my clients or for others, or even for some of my programs, they come forward. They're not necessarily like the focus of what I do. Except for when they are, like when I think about it. But Sophia is an energy that has been super present for me for the past couple of years. And I just really haven't talked about her a lot. And when I had first connected with Sophia, I didn't know anything about her. I'd never heard of her before. So I have referred to Sophia as a goddess, for lack of another word, to call her, because there's nothing else that fits. So she is Sophia. She is the Sophia. But for others to understand, sometimes I'll say goddess Sophia. So when Sophia came forward for me, it was at a time when I had been going through a really tumultuous time in my life. And she showed up, and I had no idea who Sophia was, like I said. And so I asked her a lot of questions like, who are you? What do you do? What are you here for? As I do with any energy that is coming forward. But with a lot of goddesses, when they come forward, like, you know who they are. And Sophia, I just knew nothing about. Plus, Sophia did not show up as a goddess. Like, goddesses, when they come forward for me, I see them as a form, like a womanly form, or I don't know, like it's just pretty clear who they are. Sophia, on the other hand, came forward as a very bright gold light. And while I did get a human, womanly form with her, it was vague. Like, it wasn't bright, it wasn't clear. It was more just like she was a brilliant light and so radiant, like almost like you just can't even look at her directly. And so I was almost a little bit confused. I was like, who are you? And you feel so much different from any other energy. So she told me that she is the divine feminine. And I was like, what do you mean by that? You are the divine feminine. So how she explained it to me is that, or how I interpreted the energy, and a lot of this is interpretation, but this is how she brought it forward, is that the source that we know, or God, as some of you may call him, is the energy of the divine masculine, the creator of all in the divine masculine energy. Now, she's the divine feminine aspect of source. So she comes forward with that feminine energy of source, basically. So I had talked to some others about this, and a lot of people didn't know very much. And then suddenly I just like, please show me, like, validate this for me in some way. Like, I'm not like, how is this? Like, a part of me is just like, how am I channeling the divine feminine? And I have like notebooks and notebooks of stuff that she has told me that I have received from her. But I did begin to receive more validation from others. And I don't even remember what I saw. I think that I had found something online, or somebody posted something about the divine Sophia. And finally, like, I got that validation because somebody else was saying basically what she had told me. So then I was like, okay, I can trust what I received. So I began working with her in early, I don't even remember now, which year was that? I think it was about 2 years ago now. This is at the time of recording this, it is the fall or almost winter of 2020. And it is late November. And so, yeah, it was about 2 years ago. Suddenly it's like super bright. It's like Sophia's light is shining right in my face. That's so funny how I'm talking about her and talking about how she's this beautiful light. And then the sun just all of a sudden, it's weird, actually. Like when I started this video, I swear it was super cloudy and now we have blue sky. Interesting. The magic of Sophia. So working with Sophia, Sophia has come forward at any time that I'm going through something really, really difficult. She's one that I can always lean on. Sophia does come through for me, and it can be different for each person, but she comes through for me very clearly. I know that it's her. I know her voice, and she, speaks telepathically. I know her energy is just like there's no pause in who is coming forward. It's her. Now, Sophia also can come forward as a dragon, and sometimes she comes forward as a dragon for me and works with me in that dragon form. Now, this isn't something that others have talked about, I don't think, not that I've seen. I'm sure that there's lots of different teachings out there that I have never ran across, but she does come forward as a dragon for me sometimes. And can work with me or my clients in her dragon form. And especially if she's taking us into the infiniteness of all that is, up into the divine, whatever words you want to use. Sometimes she'll bring her dragon form or take us in her dragon form, or like her dragon form is a big part of that experience. Sophia came forward when I was going through a difficult relationship, and understanding like the meaning behind it all, why it was happening, helping me to still like love myself through that process, to understand that bigger picture. She helps me, like if I'm going through a difficult situation with another person, she'll help me to see our past lives. And sometimes this happens very like instantly. Like I can connect with someone and I'll immediately start seeing snippets of our past lives together, or a past life together. And that helps me to understand some of the significance in our connection, or why it feels a certain way, or why energy is coming up a certain way. So she's very quick in that. And this is how she works with me. Remember that this can be different for each person. Sophia is also that initiator, or helps to initiate the priestess energy within you, which is that energy of your sacredness, your sacred ancient wisdom, it's deeply connected to your greater purposes here on earth, and what you were meant to do, or who you were meant to be, and who you are at your core. So uncovering that beauty of who you are, but for you to see it, it's about you seeing it. It's not about others seeing it. When you see it, then that's what matters, because others see it anyways. Like they may not see it as much until you see it yourself, and then suddenly people will start telling you, oh, you're so radiant, and I've never seen you so happy, and all of that. So Sophia can help with that connection. Now when Sophia came forward, I channeled a program with her, which I no longer run, although on special request, if somebody wants to have a program that's specifically with Sophia, absolutely can do that. But in that program, it was about connecting to your wisdom and connecting to who you really truly are. It was about accessing the codes of your divine frequencies, your soul self, and really just embodying that energy in this lifetime. But Sophia also helps you with connecting to the support that is around you. So connecting with the other guides, and because she is about connecting you to your purposes here and helping you to recognize what you are here for, who you are here to be, that is so connected to your purposes, right? Like that is like it is all connected. So in that, she helps you to connect with what is true. So for the illusions to fall, and when the illusions fall, then you see, oh, dragons are real, and mermaids or mere beings are real, and unicorns are real, and all of these different magical beings are real, and they're here to support us. They're here to help us on our ascension, and they're here to help us with our purpose, because our purpose is connected with their purpose in regards to the new earth, and the energy, the healing, the expansion, everything that's happening here. So she specifically can help with this connection to these beings who can help who are here to help you in specific ways. So people say, oh, just go straight to the source and skip the connection to other guides. The thing is these other guides are, um, besides the fact that sometimes they can be easier to connect with, they have specific purposes that are like Sophia. It's her purpose is really big. Now, if you're connecting with, let's say a leprechaun comes forward to work with you, that leprechaun is coming forward to work with you in a very specific energy. So a leprechaun can be, okay, the leprechaun is working with you to connect to a bigger picture for yourself and manifesting something bigger rather than limiting that, or seeing the bigger picture, like when we're connecting to the new earth, being able to see that without without the jaded lens on, being able to expand that vision and see the bigger picture. Or a unicorn can be coming forward, that is your guide, your specific guide that you have been with for lifetimes, and that unicorn is coming forward to help you on your ascension, and helping you to heal and open your heart, for example. Um, or you can have a dragon you have had lifetimes with, and this dragon, connecting with this specific dragon, helps you in a specific energy, or this dragon is to take you to other realms and to explore these other realms. So Sophia has her purpose, but it's not necessarily about skipping connecting with all of these other beings, right? Because those connections are important too. But she is also about that connection to you, loving yourself, connecting to yourself. Now, our connection to ourself needs to come first. That connection to ourself comes before our connection to our guides or other energies outside of us. But Sophia brings that back within, because she is the divine feminine. She helps us to heal our feminine wounds. She helps us to Actually, she helps us to heal our masculine wounds as well. I mean, at least in some aspects of that. But she helps us in those ways so that we have a deeper connection to ourselves. And then we're able to connect more with these other guides who are here to support us, who are also helping us to connect to ourselves. I say this all the time. It all comes back to ourselves. They help us to connect to ourselves for specific things, like the manifesting bigger, or connecting to the new earth, and that part of your purpose in regards to the new earth, or your specific healing ability. So it still comes back to you, but it kind of starts at that point of Sophia being like, you need to love yourself, you need to fully accept you and who you are, and being in that space, because she is this radiant ball of beautiful light. I still find it hilarious that I have this ball of light shining on me right now. It is the sun, but it could be Sophia, right? But because she is this, and she's not a regular guide, she doesn't always communicate in the same way. And so you may find that your communication with Sophia is more through a deep feeling or a knowing, and it may not be so much of actual words or telepathy, or however it's coming through, like with it does like it does with other guides. It may present itself a little bit different. um for me, I think that's the part that kind of confused me, because in the beginning, because she did come through so clearly for me with her voice and her energy. It was a combination of all of my abilities working together and being able to interpret what she was bringing through. So it actually worked fantastically well. It was an amazing experience from the beginning, and it still continues to be an amazing experience. Now, I go through periods where I'm not connecting with Sophia as much, and then she'll come in really strong, and I know that it's really important to deepen that connection with her. So, not like I said earlier, not a lot of people seem to be talking about Sophia, but those who are, I know that there are differing opinions or differing things that are said about her. As always, I say connect to yourself. And when you're connected to yourself and your own truths, then you will know what is true for you. So it doesn't mean that anybody is wrong. It just means that we may be interpreting the energy in different ways. And so just find what resonates with you above all else. Find what resonates with you. So that is everything for this video. Hopefully this resonates for you. Hopefully it will help you on your journey. Now, if you feel called, like you want to connect with Sophia, you want to deepen that connection. Maybe somebody has told you that Sophia is coming forward for you, but you have no idea how to connect with her. You don't know where to start. Maybe you want some support in that process. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. The program that I ran before, I'm happy to like put it back together, or channel on what you need most to work in that energy. If you're called to work with me in a different way, just reach out. I'm happy to just talk to you about what is available or channel on what is right for you to do. We can always do like a one-off session as well and go into the energy and see what you most need at this moment in time. And oftentimes they'll come in and be like, okay, they need more support in this area, or these energies are presenting for them. But a lot of times just in a conversation through email or messenger or Instagram, wherever you message me at, I will often pick up on energy really strong for people about what is most important for them. And so, yeah, I'm happy to have a conversation about that if you feel called to work with me in some way or to deepen your connection with Sophia. Now, I also have a free offer where you actually have an opportunity to connect with Sophia. It is a meditation. When you sign up for my email newsletter, then you will receive a meditation with Sophia, a free quiz that will help you to see which magical beings you may want to work with at this time. So it kind of lays down what kind of energy they work in specifically, so that you know, okay, this is what I'm working on, so these are the beings that would help me or support me at this moment in time. And then there is another meditation, and that meditation is to connect with those magical guides that are coming forward for you. Now, I do have the intention of switching up my meditations rather soon. So at the time of this going up, it may be new meditations that are up, but I think that they're going to be kind of the same in the sense of a meditation with Sophia and a quiz, and then a meditation with the magical beings, but they may just look a little bit different than they do at this current moment at the recording of this video. But no matter what, there should be 2 meditations in that quiz, unless you're watching this way in the future, and then they may totally be different. And you can always unsubscribe, right? Subscribe, see what the freebie is, and then unsubscribe if that doesn't resonate with you or whatever. And yes, people do that all of the time, but if you stay subscribed, then you don't know what kind of awesome freebies or bonuses that you will get. So that's one thing that I want to do more, is offer more things through my email newsletter. So you want to stay subscribed so that you can get those freebies or special offers and things that will go out just through the newsletter. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.